Okay, today I'm going to be replacing the brake pads on my 2022 Mazda 3, and I hope I don't mess anything up because I've only watched like a few YouTube videos, but it seems pretty simple. You just lift the car up, take the stuff off, replace the stuff, and put everything back together. So we're gonna see. So first I started by just jacking up the car. So first I started by taking off the first screws off the caliper. So once I got the first part of the caliper off, then I just took the little pins out of the brake pads. And then, I don't know if you're supposed to do this, but I used a screwdriver to take out the inner brake pads because they were pretty tight in there. Okay. And then afterwards, I had to take off the little bolts off camera. And then I was able to remove the rest of the caliper. And I didn't buy new rotors, so I just cleaned mine off and put them back. So next, I just took the old clips off the caliper. I cleaned it with a little bit of the brake cleaning stuff, and then I put the new clips back on. And here I'm just putting Loctite on the caliper bolts that I took off camera. Just putting those back on. So after tightening the bolts that had the Loctite on them, I used the old brake pad, and I think it's called a C-clamp, to compress the piston back into place before I put it back on. And then I also just wiped it down. I also took off these little pin screw thingies, and I wiped the old grease off of them, and I put new grease back on for the top and the bottom. I also put grease all along the perimeter of the brake pad, and I just try not to get any on the brake pad or the other side of it. I just put the brake pads back in and also the little pins. Please don't pull back. Please, please, please. Then finally, I just put the top part of the caliper back on, and I just tightened the last bolts, which were the first ones I took off.